It's very unusual, isn't it, Reg? I mean, he basically is a righty, dribbles with the right hand, but on the drive, he goes to the left. Here's Young, setting it up for Collins.
That was a pass, too. That was not a...
What's good, YouTube? If you love basketball, you have come to the right place. My name is Wiseman, and oh my goodness, if that alley-oop from Trae Young to John Collins off the backboard poster did not get you hyped, then boy oh boy is this video about to hype you all the way up. Alright, I've got some dope key statistics, footage, and reaction for you guys from last night's game 1 between the Bucks and the Hawks. Now, before we get into today's video, if you want to know more about how each team can win, make sure to check out my video that I recently posted about the preview for the Hawks-Bucks Eastern Conference matchup. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about 3 main things. All right, number 1, you're going to see some crazy key statistics from last night's game that I think are going to get you guys thinking about how the Hawks were able to win. Secondly, we're going to take a look at some footage that I will pop up on the screen about how the Hawks were able to execute in order to win last night. And lastly, we're going to talk about the player of the game, which I think you guys know exactly who that was. All right, now starting off with the key statistics, my first key statistic from last night's matchup is got to be rebounds. All right, we talked about how rebounds are going to be crucial in this matchup because the Bucks won in the regular season. However, last night, the Hawks won the battle on the boards 51-45. All right, Clint Capella and John Collins combined for 34 boards, and Giannis and Lopez only combined for 14. What does that tell me? That tells me that the Hawks players wanted it more, they had more energy, and Coach McMillan put them in position to grab those boards. All right, that was beautiful, and that was a big reason why the Hawks won. All right, secondly was the three-point shooting. All right, once again, in my previous video, we talked about how the Hawks are a better three-point shooting team, and they're going to have to, use that in order to win this very tough matchup. And last night, both teams shot very poorly. All right, the Hawks shot 25% and the Bucks shot 22%. All right, they both actually made 8 3-pointers. However, the Hawks did it in 32 attempts and the Bucks did it in 36. Now, expect both teams to shoot better moving forward in the series. Now, the third key statistic I want to talk about is the runs that both teams went on. All right, the Bucks went on a little 17-7 run early in the fourth quarter to be up in front, and then the Hawks finished the game on an 18-8 run. Now, we know basketball is all about runs, especially in the playoffs when things get tight. However, what this tells me, all right, is number 1, the Bucks were very gassed late in game. All right, they had a very tough matchup against Brooklyn that went 7. Giannis had to be amazing, so they were fatigued. All right, but what this really tells me moving forward is that the Hawks, Trae Young, Clint Capella, and their shooters, they get easier looks. All right, the high pick and roll is very, very easy, especially when you're not pressing a guy like Trae, who's very comfortable in it. And what did he do? They won in the fast break, they won in the high pick and roll in the half court, and by the time the game got to the end, the Bucks were very tired. All right, Giannis has to chip away to get his baskets in the paint, create for others, and then kick and move the ball all around the court. However, Trae Young on offense is straight chillin', high pick and roll. You're going to go under. All right, bang in your face. Like, this is going to be very tough. All right, if the Bucks don't make a change to how they're guarding the pick and roll, this series could be done, guys. All right, Trae Young exposed them in the pick and roll. But anyways, that's what those runs tell me. The Hawks had more energy and they're getting easier baskets. Now, moving forward, let's take a look at some footage. All right, so we talked about how Trae Young, if the Hawks want to win, is going to have to expose the Bucks bigs in the pick and roll, and boy oh boy did he ever. All right, Lopez was lost out there, way too slow, gave Trae Young too much time. Same with Bobby Portis going under the screens, and even Drew Holiday, he's out there on an island, guys. He's trying to guard Trae Young. That boy is too nice. He can shoot the 3, he's got the floater, and he can burn you with his speed. Now, that's what makes Trae Young so elite. All right, we see guys like Chris Paul, who is an absolute animal in the pick and roll, and so is Trae Young. I call Trae Young Steph Curry plus Chris Paul. All right, and he is so damn elite. If you want to know why Trae Young is so elite, you can go take a look at my video film breakdown on him. However, Trae Young exposed them, and that's what he had to do. Now, secondly, what the Hawks also did was that they stretched the floor. All right, stretching the floor. We know the modern day NBA is all about spacing, but what this did for the Hawks is it gave Trae a lot of room to move around and create for others and get to his spots. All right, we saw him using the floater at least half a dozen times. We saw him hitting the three. We saw him getting his guys open, and we saw him getting his bigs involved in the pick and roll. That is because there was so much spacing. That's what the Hawks want, and this is why they had such a great game. All right, now Trae Young, we talked about it. It's a massive key if the Hawks want to win. He's got to activate Ice Trae, and boy, oh boy, did he ever activate Ice Trae. This boy is killer, and that brings me to our third segment, which was the player of the game, and yes, of course, that was Ice Trae. All right, this dude was absolutely sensational last night. He had me off my couch multiple times. All right, stat line, 48, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists. Oh my goodness, I got a crazy stat for you guys. All right. The only other 3 players in East or Conference Finals history to score 48 points or more. All right, you got Michael Jordan, he did it once. You got Dirk Nowitzki, who did it twice, and you got LeBron James, who did it twice, and now you got Trae Young at 22 years old dropping 48. Oh my goodness. All right, we talked about a key for the Hawks was that Trae Young either had to score a lot of points or get a lot of assists, and last night he did both. 48 and 11 assists. Okay, this guy literally was unguardable last night, and that allowed him to get his guys looks because they're so worried about him. This guy was amazing. All right, I'm here to declare the postseason Ice Trae season. All right, this guy has been the biggest story of the playoffs, and like I said, guys, if the Bucks don't figure out how to guard this high pick and roll, it's over. All right, Charles Barkley, this guy looked like a fool last night saying Bucks in 4. Well, they got to win next game, because if they don't win next game, it might be Hawks in 4. All right. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. This was a crazy, crazy game. I'm looking forward to the game Friday night. I know it's going to be so lit. So drop your takes down below on who you think is going to win game 2 and how each team can win. All right, guys, this has been Wiseman from Better Through Ball. I hope we have another killer game. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.